Speaking of celebrities, Michelle, you look to the stars for some inspiration for our next segment. So we've been seeing a lot of celebs playing around with their hair colors while in isolation, from pretty pastels to bold new hues. And now you're going to show us how we can all make an at-home hair statement. And your model is yourself.
Yay! Yes, I'm so excited. I'm halfway done already, as you can see.
I think that it's so cool. So the half pink, half blonde is completely intentional. We're going to get to that for a second. Before we do, though, I want to talk about some of the celebs that we've been following, including Taraji P. Henson, who has gone full on red, Hilary Duff, looking good in deep teal, and Dua Lipa pops in bright pink. But Michelle, you're actually going to show us how to dye your hair. You're going to turn it all pink?
I am. I'm going for it. I'm super excited. What I want to talk about first is that, first of all, playing with color at home you can do anytime. These are professional products that I've brought here with me to show you today. You buy them at a salon, but they're meant for at-home use. You have some options. You have bright, bold, intense colors, which you can see here. So I've used a little bit of this in my hair. And then we have these really lovely sort of soft pastel shades. So working with these bright colors, you have to think about the fact that it's kind of like working with like a colored marker. If your hair is darker, it would be like a piece of construction paper. If I put a colored marker on construction paper when it's dark, it's not going to be as bright. But if I put a colored marker on white construction paper, well, it's going to come up really, really bright. So you can think of your own hair when you're choosing these shades like that construction paper. If it's really blonde, then the shade will come up really nice and bright. And if it's deeper, then you can choose some of the softer tones and they'll be like more of a subtle reflection. So these are what I have here today. I have 4 bright colors. These are called Bold Wash by Schwarzkopf Professional. There's lots of different options out there, however. And I have red, purple, pink, and blue. And then on the blush wash side, I have lilac, strawberry, and apricot. So I'm going to give you a few good tips, but honestly, it's very, very easy.
Okay, how do we start, Michelle?
You really want to pre-shampoo your hair before you put a colored shampoo. So these are shampoos. They emulsify and the pigment will color your hair. However, we want to have a nice clean canvas. So shampoo your hair first. And then on your damp hair, you would apply your product, emulsify, let that sit for 5 to 20 minutes. It depends on the shampoo, and it will last about 5 to 20 washes. Now, what I'm going to do today is actually show you a demo on my own hair. So I've actually colored 3/4 of my hair, almost this whole section I've left blonde, so you can see the back. And I'm going to show you how I would do this right here on camera. So I'm going to show you all the steps. Number 1, you need gloves. These are pigmented, so they will stain your hands. And also, you don't want to use white towels either. If you're going to use white towels, then they're probably going to stain the hair a little bit as well. So for me, I have washed this section. Actually, all of my hair is very clean. I didn't use any product here. So this is just perfectly clean hair ready to be colored. I'm going to dampen it with a little bit of water. And that's going to help. The more water that's in your hair before you put the product in, the more soft and diluted and sort of even the color will turn out. And the color that I've chosen to use is actually a little combination of these two. So I actually have 3/4 of this lilac with a little splash of the pink in it. So actually I'll put those two here so you can see what I've got. So there's a great way that you can intermix colors is just buy those little travel bottles and you can make your own shade. This is my little towel that I'm going to use. This is my hair towel, so you can try an old one from at home. And I clip that around. And now, because I'm not in the shower, clearly, I'm going to apply this bowl and brush. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start applying just like I would a color down my hair, section by section. You can see it looks actually quite dark, which is surprising. You can see from some of the boxes here and the colors that I've shown you that it looks really dark, but once you start emulsifying it, you'll notice that it becomes a lot brighter. Okay, so I always start applying at the roots first, and then you can really, hopefully you can see, I can take some of this and I can just start massaging it through into those mid-lengths and ends so that it has that really beautiful color all the way through. So how long am I going to leave this on my hair? I'm going to keep going here, and I'm going to leave it on my hair for about 5 to 10 minutes. So that's all I need, and then I'm going to rinse it out. So I'm going to just keep going, applying onto this blonde, and I'm going to see you guys shortly.
I would love for it to turn out looking the same color as my blouse, but I think it's going to be slightly lighter than that. So you just keep going section by section, and then it doesn't need to sit in your hair that long. So what we're going to do is Michelle's going to come back later in the show. She's actually going to do this while we do the show, and we're going to see how the whole thing turns out. That's coming up. Michelle, earlier in the show, she started the process of coloring her hair a super fun color. Now it's time to reveal the final result. Can I get a drum roll, please? Michelle! You look incredible. Oh, I love it. She gone completely pink. It is so fun. Let's start by talking about the fact that this is actually, it's temporary, right?
That is right. So that means if you don't like it, you can change it. You're just dating your color. You're not married to it. And it's so fun because really at the end of the day, give it one more shampoo and it's going to change into a lighter version of that same thing.
Tell us anything that we need to know to make sure that this transformation goes well for us.
What we need to do at home is make sure that when you do apply our color to the hair, it's really well emulsified. The better that you suds it up, the more even it will be. And when you rinse it, you have to rinse it until it's completely clear, so until the water runs clear, then condition well. And at the end of the day, I think for all of us, just to play and to do something different at home and know that it's going to wash out is an extra bonus. But if you are scared, you shouldn't be. But if you are, you can always try a little test strand of a shampoo that you buy before you do it. So, maybe grab a section in the back and then just shampoo that one piece and see if it's, bright enough or too bright. You can always dilute it by mixing more water into your hair first. Or actually, you can also add just a regular shampoo to dilute it down so it's maybe not so bright. So there you have it, Tracy. Those are my best tips for you. I hope I've inspired a few people to try this fun color at home.
I definitely think you have. You know what, if you're at home and you can play with your beauty and no one's going to be seeing you, you can even make a mistake, it's okay. Michelle, thank you for that. I hope you keep that for a while. That's beautiful.